Hello, people. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Creators Bloc podcast. I'm your host, Elvis, aka Elvis Likes Photos. Really quick, in the description below, I laid out a timeline. It just states some of the topics we went over, and if you want to skip to your favorite part, just go right ahead. Like I said, there's a timeline laid out. You guys should probably take a look at it too, just to kind of see the topics that were discussed during this podcast. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on it, so I really hope you guys I really hope you guys look at it anyway. And on this podcast, we have our special guest, BrandonPain. Very interesting name. But BrandonPain, the way I could describe him, he's an overall creative. He focuses his time on music right now. He does some acting, and he's actually working on an anime. I've never heard that before, so that was pretty interesting to talk about. But we go into a little bit more detail on his anime, his music background, how he came up with the name BrandonPain in the first place. It's very interesting. And I hope you guys enjoy it. It was a pleasure having BrandonPain as a guest on the podcast. Like I said, hope you guys enjoy it. Stay awesome, guys. And alright, so lastly for our sponsor is Creators Bloc. And of course, Creators Bloc is how we get the Creators Bloc podcast. And what Creators Bloc is a platform for creatives to kind of tell their story. We collab with other creatives and, work on ways to portray their message through either podcasts, bringing out exclusive merch, or making short films about their life, what makes them a creative, and just their overall background story. And it's going to be interesting. You'll get to see a lot of people and what makes them a creative, and not necessarily in the traditional sense as far as artists, musicians, or like photographers, videographers, but accountants, educators, public speakers, not so conventional people. And bringing out their story will help out other creatives come forth and kind of expand on what makes them a creative. So if you want to learn more, visit creatorsbloc.com. That's without the K at the end. And here's the podcast. All right, so I'm going to come up with an intro afterwards. I'm just going to recap. So let's
boom.
Let's just start. So Brandon,
What's going on?
how are you, man?
I'm awesome. I actually just had some tea. Your brother's awesome.
Yeah, the tea's nice, right?
Marshall, shout out to Marshalls.
Shout out to Marshalls. Because the tea has the little cage for the infuser, so it's super fancy. That's super.
I've never seen that before.
All right, so Brandon, what's your full name, government name?
My full government name is Marvin Florent.
Wait, really?
Yeah, but my middle name is Brandon, so Marvin.
Oh, okay.
Brandon
I was like,
Florent.
wait, what?
You're like, where did Brandon come from?
Where did
right?
Brandon? So what do you go by then, Brandon? Brandon
Yeah,
Pain?
I go by BrandonPain. That's my.
How did you come up with that?
So basically, I wanted something that related to my fans. So
Pain?
Brandon is me. So they'll have a piece of me. And then pain is universal. Through pain, you grow. Through pain, we empathize. I feel like you learn your greatest lessons through pain.
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
Yeah,
you do learn a lot from that. I mean, depending on how you take it, you either build up or you end up, just getting even worse. But
depending how you take it, that sound right. It's like, damn.
Is that how you came up with it?
Is this wrong?
All right, so Brandon, tell us about yourself. What do you do?
So basically, I do music. First and foremost, I'm an artist. I'm a rapper. I actually act, and I'm actually in the process of writing skits, so comedy skits.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And also, I'm trying to write an animated series right now.
Oh, oh, really? What kind of animated series?
It's
do you have an idea?
Yeah. So it's I have a title. It's gonna be called Wolves in Mandarin. I've been fascinated with wolves. I'm they're a packed animal, so I mess with wolves. I'm a big team player, So basically the anime it can't be an anime because it's not based in Asia, but
is that what makes the anime?
Yeah.
It has to be based there? Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was just a genre that you kind of could put it as.
Maybe, I don't know. But from I did some research.
So what did you get into first? Was it music?
music's always been my first love.
How did you get into music, actually?
So it's really funny. I started writing poetry. I was always a great writer in school, and like writing was like always my like English and stuff was always my favorite subject. So I just started writing poems because I was trying to get my frustrations out. You know, my parents, we didn't come from like...
When did that start, like writing poems? Do you remember the first time you wrote a poem?
First time I wrote a poem had to be when I was 13.
Yeah? Do you remember the poem?
No.
No?
But I remember my first rap.
Okay, so when did the rap start then?
Shortly after. It converted from poetry to like rapping. I actually, like, when I came back from Florida, because I went to Florida for 2 years. I'm born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, but I went to Florida for 2 years to live, and like, you know, my parents were having a little something. So
they ended up. So some of them. Well, they went to Florida and stuff.
Yeah, me and my mom, we went to Florida to go live with her sister.
Oh, damn, that's a mean ass.
Yeah,
that's a mean ass transition.
Yeah, exactly. It's like coming from the Northeast to the South, like deep in the South.
The thing is with Florida, like the humidity is
unbearable, bro.
And that's the only reason, like, I don't even want to go.
Yeah,
like just because I know the humidity is super intense as far as what I hear.
It's nice though.
Yeah, I mean, you're from an island though, so
yeah.
I mean, that's why.
You're right.
I'm from dry weather, man. I'm from Mexico, so.
But I've never been there though, so I can't really. Maybe it's in my genes.
I was gonna say it's funny because like. I've never been to like dry weather like that. I went to Texas like one time, but I never actually got a chance to like feel it. Texas was weirdly like I went to Austin, Texas. It's oddly a nice place to visit.
Word?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I had no reason for me to go to Texas at all, like whatsoever.
Word?
And then when I went, I was like, this is really nice.
What did you do in Texas?
There was a convention, and Austin is like one of the big cities there. Word. So we ended up just hanging out there. But I was when I was younger, before I could drive or drink or anything like that.
So you didn't enjoy it?
I mean, no, I did enjoy it, but it wasn't like obviously to the full extent because this was years ago. This is before like Uber was a thing. So like it's like
so you couldn't get away from your parents.
I mean, we couldn't. Not one of my friends. We couldn't go to taxis because like for some reason we just didn't think taxis were good. Like, I don't know. They get expensive, you know.
Somebody was gonna get you.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Oh, but back to you when it came to music. What was the first song you wrote then? Do you remember?
So it went like this. It was like, welcome to the Lions Den where I be. Waiting for some people like y'all to fight me. Step one, good foot in the ring and we gon' eat. Cause we savages out here, we divide, we don't think. See our species rely on y'all dudes cause y'all weak. You close to extinct. Whack dudes is doubling each week, something like that.
What? That's so dope.
Yeah.
Well, what made you write it then? Like, how did that happen?
Cause I was just in Newark. It has like that kind of like battle rap like mentality kind of thing. So like when I came back from the South is more like laid back and chill. Up north it's like really like gritty and fast paced.
Yeah.
So when I came back, I was, you know, hearing people banging on the tables rapping. So I'm like, I could do this.
Yeah, like, I could bang people too.
Yeah. I was like, all right. So to that night, I wrote something, came to school. When they were rapping, I was like, I got some.
That sounds like a movie scene.
No, I'm dead serious. My life's a movie.
Yo, that's crazy. So you came into school with the piece, and then you just ended up.
I just rapped
like,
it. I just
like, yo, let me hop on this shit.
Yeah, and people loved it. Like everybody loved it. So then all the musical people started messing with me from there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And how long did that last before you got into acting?
I mean, I've always did music.
So you're still doing music too, right?
Yeah. I still doing music. I got I'm working on the EP right now.
Hey.
Yeah. It's gonna be called Station 15. So
Station 15.
Yeah, you're getting the exclusive right now.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's dope. And how did you get into acting then?
So basically, it started actually in Florida. They had a film class, and we had to like put together like little film projects. So it was like we put together like one of these like music videos, and then it was like a commercial kind of thing.
Oh, what the hell?
That's kind of yeah. It was cool because I was from like a small school in when I was in Jersey. So like going to Florida, they have like these big like college campuses. type
for
thing.
school.
Yeah, for high schools.
Oh wow!
So like it's like every.
I mean, it makes sense because like it's pretty rural, I guess. So they probably just combine them.
Just put everybody in there, like yeah.
That's crazy. Oh shit!
So then that's where I like kind of knew I liked it acting, and then when I came back, I actually auditioned for The Lion King.
Oh, did you get it?
Nah, man.
But what do you want to do with acting then? Like how do you? What's your plan for like music and acting?
So I mean, music and acting always like went hand in hand. I feel like when you're like in front of the camera and acting, like rapping your song for music videos or based on different ideas. Oh, that's true. Actually, you're right. It kind of like correlate. Yeah.
You kind of have to.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not really acting.
It's just expressing yourself.
It's just expressing. Yeah, and you kind of want the audience to feel what you think.
So okay, that makes sense. You're right, because especially with your music, whatever you like rap about, it's gonna be expressing yourself.
Exactly.
And to show that you kind of do have to do a little bit acting, quote unquote.
Yeah. Because you got to tell it's about telling a story.
So what are your current projects then right now? It's right now is the EP.
Yeah.
And then you talked about anime.
So the Wolves in Mandarin, I'm actually writing that. It's coming along pretty good. Basically, just to give like a rough like plot or storyline. Basically, it's gonna start off in like the far future. So it's probably gonna be like 3250 or like 4250, something like that. Wow. This is post like the.
This is post-apocalyptic, and then post like civilization, like intelligence again.
Exactly.
So it's either gonna be apocalyptic again or be like super intelligent after the apocalypse.
It's going to be super intelligent, but people are going to start developing abilities because of the climate change and how the effects that we have like had from pollution affects, the current state of the earth. So the wealthy people that had like money, they actually live in space.
Oh, it actually makes sense though, but
exactly, because I didn't want to drift it too far, so it's like something that's not realistic, but yeah, I wanted it to touch the people. So the poor people actually live on Earth underground, and they have a treaty with the people, the wealthy people. Yeah.
Wait. Then what was your inspiration behind it? Was it the climate change? Like, how did this start though?
I've always wanted to like do like an anime, like super human kind of thing, but I wanted to make it realistic so people could actually feel it and learn something from it too. So I wanted to add like culture. I wanted to just make it so that anybody could enjoy it.
So you already wrote down a storyline, or this is like the base meat of the story?
Yeah. I've been writing like I think I got up to like the end of the first episode.
Oh yeah. Oh
shit. Yeah.
So, how are you gonna express it? Are you gonna draw it yourself, or are you gonna like?
Nah, I gotta get some people to do the animation.
Some anime people.
My little brother's good at drawing, but I don't know if he's ready for that.
That's interesting though. That's an interesting route to take to do an anime. I haven't really heard that. That's actually pretty new.
Yeah.
Because
wow, okay.
I do see people like they kind of like rough anime stuff, but but you actually want to pursue that. Like that's an actual like possible career for you, right?
Yeah. It's always the music first. The music is what drives everything for me because like I can't help it. I just write music all the time. I actually wrote like a couple bars before I even got here. Like I'll drive and like write music.
Like, okay.
I don't think it's safe. Sorry for everybody on the road. Might have swerved a couple times, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense though. That's cool though. Yeah. When do you plan on releasing your anime then?
I don't have a timeline for it right now. It's definitely I want it to be done right, so I'm trying to build the right team around it, stuff like that. But I have to make sure I got the first season down before I even get to talking about crew and.
Do you have a timeline at all or no?
No, I don't actually.
You're still you just want to build it.
It's just one of those things that's just flowing, and the ideas are coming to me as they go.
I mean, that's good. You're still making progress. So it's not like you're just letting it float there. You're actually taking action towards it.
Oh yeah. It's gonna come in the near future. Just I haven't put a timestamp on it.
So when it comes to being like a creative, like you're into 3 different kind of technically genres.
Mm-hmm.
There's sometimes a consistency between those 3 genres. Mm-hmm. Do you have a message you want to portray? Or what is your message?
Unity. Love. And that's why I use pain, because I want people to understand that pain is not always a bad thing. Like, pain gains. That's one of my like slogans and the movement I'm trying to create. Yeah. Like, pain gains. You actually gain a lot from your struggle.
You heard of Pain from Naruto?
Yo, Pain, he's sick.
Yo, that was honestly one of my favorite like anime episodes.
Yeah.
Like I mean, episode series.
Have you seen
I've seen
the
the whole
end?
thing. Yeah.
Have you started watching Boruto?
I've seen the whole thing. Nah, I haven't seen Boruto. I've wanted to get into it, but I canceled my Hulu because I'm just like, I'm gonna really like rip it, you know?
Yeah, no, but Boruto's crazy nice though.
But
Madara's my guy though.
Oh, it's crazy. Did you see his fight? Like when he ripped everybody?
all the old Hokages and
he slaughtered the whole, like when he first came out, like he slaughtered like the whole military.
Yeah.
That was like such an intense scene.
Yeah.
Actually, I wish I could like play it right now, yo. Like that thing's...
That'd be sick.
That gets me so hyped when I see that.
Can we like cut into that?
I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
And come back like, damn, right here.
Yo, that scene was wild though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a huge Naruto fan, man. When I caught up to it so many times and I was kind of upset because like, you know, I had to wait for the episodes.
Yeah.
So like, I wouldn't want to wait the week afterwards. I'd want to wait like a few months and then just like binge watch all of it because you know it's so annoying when you have to wait a week.
That's why like I didn't watch it like every. You watch it on Hulu, right? I watched it on some like old like backdoor site. It was called like Naruto Get. I don't even know if it works.
I used to do it on that too.
Yeah.
But it's just that it was kind of hard to get like actual episodes sometimes. Like Naruto sometimes gets laggy and stuff. So I did it on Hulu and stuff for a while.
It's probably I probably watched it like years ago though.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So back when you're talking about pain though, so you're using pain, but like in a positive way, as if you want to unify people.
Exactly, because I feel like there's enough in the world right now that like separates us, like culture, a race, you know, even different, you know, eye color. It gives a social status or something like that. I feel like, you know, through pain, we can all empathize with each other. Like, let's say me and you, we're both broke. You know, we didn't have anything but each other. Yeah. We would grow together because of that, you know?
That's interesting. You know, that's like some villain shit. Like how pain is.
Yeah.
You use pain to kind of like unify people.
Yeah. And when I seen that, I was like, yo, this dude is sick.
Yeah, what if you're just like an evil like genius or something?
But I'm not gonna try to destroy the whole village. I'm not trying to break it down to rebuild. Nah.
Like Itachi? Like from Naruto?
Yeah, exactly.
He's Bob.
Gaara's my guy though.
So Gaara, yeah.
Gaara.
Bugging.
The super defense, like, I was like, dude, I probably had his power.
He's one of the strongest out there.
Yeah, he was like in the same class as like Naruto, but he became a Hokage or something.
I think he became Kazekage.
Kazekage, that's what it is. Yeah.
On that one. I know my Naruto still, man. It's been years, but...
See, I'm a little rough.
Yeah. So what keeps you motivated to kind of portray that message?
I come from Newark, New Jersey, so it's like really gritty. It's really, but it's like a stigma with like Newark being like dangerous and stuff like that. Yeah, it is. It has its size, but it's just like any other hood, you know. But what makes Newark so different is we kind of got that New York swag.
Yeah,
you know,
it does have like it's very. I mean, most of those cities like around there are based off of New York, so it's just an extension of New York at this point.
But it's not really like kind of an extension because I feel like Newark has its own identity. It's just people haven't discovered it yet. You know, like we've had like stars like Whitney Houston. You know, Shaq came out of here. Michael B. Jordan just recently.
Oh,
you know?
he was from Newark? I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people are from Newark, and then just you know. It's like Newark, all right.
There was a security guard. I forgot where I was. I believe I was in like some abandoned kind of mall. It's not an abandoned mall, but it's a mall that's like ready to be abandoned.
Right.
There's like one store open.
Like a zombie apocalypse mall.
Yeah, it's mad weird. I used to shoot there though, because and there was a security guard there. I was talking to him, and he was saying that Newark has still a lot of old tunnels from like the slavery. So he says in one of them you could see a sign that says like black, like slaves for sale or something like that.
That's
crazy.
That's
interesting, man.
Yeah, you gotta go to Military Park. There's like so much history there.
Oh, really? Is it that's in Newark?
That's right downtown Newark.
Military Park.
Yeah,
I gotta remember that.
Yeah. It's really cool to see. Yeah.
When did you go to Florida? How old were you?
I was 14.
And when did you come back?
I came back when I was 16.
only
So
a couple years. So you're strictly Newark.
Yeah, strictly Newark, and then actually, you know, I spent some time in Connecticut as well. I also spent some time in the Midwest in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, dude.
What's there?
They love cheese, and there's the most. They love cheese. The cheese curds. That's what they're called. Cheese curds. They love cheese, dude. Yeah.
Wisconsin.
And they have the most bars per capita.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Milwaukee's right in there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Chicago, Illinois is like right next to
it. Yeah. That's interesting. Wisconsin. Such like a odd.
Bro, I mean, said the same thing.
Honestly, like America's only like California and Newark. And I mean not Newark, but New York, and then like, you know, maybe Florida,
Atlanta
because of
now.
Miami, Atlanta now. There's only like 5 cities in the United States that actually make up the United States.
That matter.
Yeah.
Like if I'm from Europe.
I'm probably going to get mad hate from this watch.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what about me and stuff? Nah.
Yo, what about Colorado, bro?
Nah, I'm kidding, but yeah. It's just the mid US, like I don't know anything about that. Or maybe like I'm just ignorant on it, so. But.
Nah, I feel like, you know, you could kind of say that. Maybe Houston and stuff like that is in there.
Yeah. Nah, I'm being ignorant about it, but
sorry guys, not to offend anybody.
We're gonna get mad hate on this watch.
I love everyone. Peace.
Okay, so I want to get into like, so what is your actual end goal for your career wise?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's no cap to where I want to go, but definitely I want to make it to be a platinum artist. Definitely want to, you know, win a few Grammys, you know, something like that. That's
in the music industry, at least for now.
Of course. And then definitely I want to act in a major picture, you know. So,
oh yeah,
yeah. I want to do a action movie.
Action movie. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Are you're applying for castings and stuff, or?
Yeah. So right now, I work a job, which sucks, guys. You know, corporate America.
Where do you work?
I don't even think I can say that on air. I just work in corporate America.
Corporate America sucks, man. But it's for now. It's if you think long term, it's a very small percentage of like your actual life. So
right. So like I'm like most people, you know, you work a job, pay your bills, but then you also have this creative side that keeps like it's like an itch. Yeah. It's like an itch you can't get rid of. You know, so like regardless of what I'm doing, I'm always doing music. I'm always looking for acting, you know, castings. And right now, I'm actually working with a production team in Eden.
Where's Eden? Oh, that's is that Elise's thing?
Yeah.
Shout out to
Eden. You know, shout out to my guys out there. But yeah, we're actually collabing. We're actually putting together like short films.
What kind of short films like?
All type of
like just genres and stuff.
Yeah, all type of genres. Right now, we're probably gonna touch a little bit on hood aspects, you know, because I feel like although like we get portrayed so negatively, like in the media, it's just like one story, like oh the gangsters or like you know the gangbangers and stuff like that. There's a lot of different other sides, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So.
It's hard because when it comes to the media, like they really, to begin with, it's always revolved around the negative energies of like, or the negative stories, because that's kind of what gets people's attention. Like
right.
if you see good things happening, people feed off.
Why is that?
I feel like it's because it's easier to feed off negative, because I feel when it comes to negative energy, it's very contagious.
Right.
Positive energy is not as contagious because a lot of people don't, it just doesn't, they don't think of it that way. They see something good, like, all right, that's them, it's not my life, I'm suffering or some shit like that. But when it's like negative, they're just like, oh, like, this sucks or something like that. Like,
so it's like that misery loves company kind of thing.
Yeah, literally exactly. Misery does love company, so they're always revolved around each other, and that tends to be the easy route to go to.
True. I mean, yes, I kind of agree with that, but I also feel like it's just not pushed enough. It's not advertised enough. Because think about it, like when you're in a loving environment, how do you feel? You feel great. You feel like so amazing.
And
like,
I'm 100% with that. It's just because of the fact that
drama just sells, I guess.
Drama always sells. Because if you look at like a murder or something, like a story about a murder, you're just like, what happened?
His wife did that?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, people go towards big stories like that. When it's about accomplishments or like about like good Samaritan deeds and stuff, they're just like, okay.
It's because they like that
people
guy.
Love drama,
What's the guy that went into like the Waffle House and like saved all those people?
Oh no, I don't know about that. See, I don't know about that.
See, yeah, he was
media.
Yeah, see, they need to broadcast that story.
I actually heard about it though. But what exactly happened? He went to the Waffle House.
I heard about the Waffle wrestled the gunman down. He saved a lot of people. I think he got shot in his hand or something like that. Injured his hand. But yeah, he was like a hero for like, I guess, a good month, and then everybody forgets about him.
Yeah,
I didn't even. I'm a part of that because I don't even remember his name. But
yeah, because of like social media and everything.
Waffle House guy.
But because of social media and everything, it's kind of like
it's 2 seconds. Our attention span is like 5 seconds.
To begin with,
tops.
attention span is already low.
Yeah.
So then imagine with all this instant gratification, it's like. There's not much you can actually do.
See, think about it. We were just talking about it earlier. Like, did you read the book? Nah. The ebook? Yeah.
Yeah. When I listen to audiobooks, I listen to audiobooks because I don't want to sit down and read. When I listen to audiobooks, I'm usually traveling.
Exactly. And I think that's the huge issue.
Passive learning.
That's the issue. We don't have enough time.
We don't make enough time.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah. We really don't.
Yeah, America's revolved around business. So, like, if you're not an entrepreneur, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're working for someone, and then they control your hours.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
In the future, it's going to be mostly freelance work, though. Like, it's proven that at least 50% is going to be by, like, 50% of people are going to be freelancing. I think last time I checked was, like, 2029 or something.
So, do you approve of, like, the universal, like, paycheck? Like, basically everybody gets a
steady income,
steady paycheck.
I want to touch on that subject, but real quick, let's just pause it. All right, we left off at universal pay, right?
Yeah, we left off at universal pay.
So what do you think about universal pay?
Like I said, I feel like we're definitely going towards that right now.
Like
with
equal.
The tech, with the tech industry and all that stuff. A lot of jobs are going to get like wiped away. So it's definitely going into equal pay. I don't know how effective that's going to be though. Because like, is it going to be like the business owner still getting a paycheck, on top of their actual paycheck, or like?
I feel like it's always been like that though. Like jobs have always been lost, and it's always kind of transitioned to something else. So you just kind of have to adapt. I mean, like jobs are being lost, but you don't notice that there used to be operators who used to connect people when you use the phone. Every time you call, like using a landline, it connect to an operator and they'll connect you to somebody else.
Where are those people now?
They don't exist. They're just like they had to find something else,
Like I'm at Staples. I've been at Staples ever since.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah,
Damn.
Okay, so let's go to. You want to bring a couple things.
Oh yeah. So I wanted to bring up my actual single that I just dropped. It's on every distribution site. It's called Ice Veins.
Ice Veins.
Yeah. So basically, I talked a little bit about it on my Instagram. So if you check me out at the real BrandonPain.
The real BrandonPain.
Yeah. I'm the real BrandonPain.
Yeah.
There's actually another guy that I heard. He's not the real guy. I'm the real one.
Did you put the real because you saw the other person or no?
No, I put the real just because like I wanted people to understand
that you're
who
real.
I am. I'm the real. Yeah. Okay. So Ice Veins basically is about a woman and that is numb to love. So she's been through a lot of pain. So now she's only looking out for herself. You know, a lot of people, when they deal with like pain from like relationships, they get numb. And then in that numb state, it's like I don't care anymore. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I could say fuck it, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'll just bleep it out.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding.
All right. Fuck it.
It's explicit.
I own that.
It's not for child ears.
All right, cool. So, yeah. So, like, a lot of people, they get to a stage where they're numb from like whatever happened in their relationship, where they're like, fuck it. I'm just going to focus on me. I don't care about anything else. And that's what this song kind of derived from, is me looking at that girl and just seeing her for who she is.
And what inspired you for that? Was that just a concept you've always had in mind, or?
I mean, a lot of things inspire me. Like, I've had, instances in relationships that I put into music. Sometimes it could be a story that I've heard from someone else, or like something that's relatable to people that I just want to express through the music. But definitely it did have somewhat to do with it. Some of the lyrics have something to do with a relationship, but it's not generally just talking about it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So really quick, then let's talk about your actual influences. And where do you draw your influences? I mean, because you're into a few different things. So.
Oh yeah. So like, my huge influence. I don't even know if it's a good thing to say right now, but because they're trying to crucify him in the media right now. But Michael Jackson was huge influence. Like, I danced like him. I wanted to,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My mom will tell you, like, I've, like, moonwalked and did all that, the crotch grab, all that stuff.
The crotch grab, the iconic crotch grab.
The iconic crotch grab with the finger.
The left glove. It is the left, right? Is the left hand?
I think so.
You should know. You're the fan.
Yeah, right. Yeah, left. Yeah. And he's a Virgo, and we actually share the same birthday.
What? Really? When's your birthday?
August 29th.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
So you guys have the same birthday?
I didn't even know that until I like got older, and I was like, yo. They were like, I think it was like one of those things where they're like celebrating his birthday, and I was like, yo, this is my birthday.
Like, what the fuck, yo?
Yeah. So it's like destiny, I guess.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Slick Rick is another one. He's like an older cat. I don't know if the younger generation knows about him, but
Slick Rick,
he's the one that wears the eye patch. Pretty dope. He did the
Agent Fury?
Yeah. He's like the Agent Fury of rap. That's sick. Agent Fury, Tupac, obviously. Usher. Usher was a
Usher's nice, man. Usher's been around for a minute too.
Bro, yeah. Actually, the first album I ever bought was his Confessions.
Really?
Yeah, like I remember going into Best Buy and having my dad like, yo, Dad, I need this.
Get up, bro.
I need that. I need this, man. He was like, all right, cool.
The first album I got was I didn't even get the real album. I got the bootlegged version from like one of those Asian people.
Word.
It was 50 cents. 50 cents Get Rich or Die Trying.
Shout out to the Asians. Come in all the barbershops.
Yeah, because it was like $15 for a CD. Yeah. And then you just find an Asian on the street or something, and then they give it to you for like $5.
Word.
That's what I got.
They negotiate like, all right, what you got?
They literally be going to the barbershops and everything. They're just like, movie.
Yeah. All right. And then you hear.
Do they even do that anymore? I haven't seen that.
Nah, bro. It's like everything's on the web now.
That's
so
true.
Yeah.
I feel LimeWire.
Just yo, LimeWire, FrostWire, all that stuff.
Man. LimeWire was the shit.
Yo, I had I used to download the stuff and put it on my iPad Nano, and I had the Nano, and then I had the touch,
the big ass iPad, the big ass iPods and stuff.
It was
but those were like 120 gigs of like storage. That's a lot. It's still a lot now.
Yeah,
most phones aren't like that.
Yeah, they cheat us now. It's like 3 gigs of $2 million.
Yeah, nah, it's crazy, man. And it's funny because you would know if someone illegally downloaded it because the name is just like official like track for this thing, and then it'll be a long ass like title.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you're just like I know you took it from LimeWire. Like,
Good, dope.
Yeah,
I was that guy.
That's the connections.
I was definitely that guy.
So so I kind of want to go through two people.
Mm-hmm.
One, who would you want to work with or for next?
Mm-hmm.
And who would you like to work for or work with eventually? And that'd be like the oh shit, I made it. Like I'm good in my career.
All right. So who would I want to work with next? So it could be like anyone.
Anyone. Just like put it out there in the universe.
TDE.
TDE.
Yeah, Top Dog Entertainment. That's the home of like Kendrick Lamar, the home of Schoolboy Q, Absol. Definitely would love to like collaborate with Schoolboy.
Schoolboy's dope, man.
Yeah,
that was my high school.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, that's my guy. I just like his demeanor and the way he is, and like he keeps it hood, but he's also animated as well.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of charisma and a lot of character. I feel like that's me too. Cause like I could be in any setting. I could be in the trap one day. I could be in corporate America the next. You never know. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you do work in corporate America, right?
Don't remind me, God.
It's temporary, man.
I try to forget, man.
All right. So who would you want to work with in the future? And then that person has to be like the top person you want to work with. Like after that, you're just like, you know what? I could quit. You know, like I'm good.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Why not?
I'm a fan of that.
Jay-Z, like he's iconic, and like I feel like I love what he's doing with the culture. Kind of like resonates with my values.
Yeah,
you know, like how I'm trying to bring people together. I feel like he's bringing the industry together.
It's crazy because he actually takes action to what he says. You know? Who's the one that recently just like went to jail, like falsely accused? And people were like saying like, "Oh, free my boy!" Like
21 Savage.
Oh yeah, free 21 Savage. They're like free 21 Savage. Like every rapper's like free 21 Savage. And Jay-Z didn't say anything. It's just like he just already hired
the legal team. He just did it like he already mafioso style.
Like, and that shows people of power and why they ended up being in that position.
Word.
Because they actually take action. They're not just going with the crowd and like, oh, free this person. Like, what's that gonna do? What's a hashtag gonna do?
Right.
Like it brings awareness, I guess so, but it's like these are famous people already. They already, you know, they have power. They could do something about it.
Right. And to like add on to that, like I'm not sure if you're aware of the Nipsey Hussle passing. Like I just read somewhere that he like made a $15 million trust fund for his kids.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like so it's just like dope. But yeah, that's.
I think Nick Cannon's actually gonna finish his documentary. I think he announced that.
Yeah,
because you know how he was working on a documentary about I think Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, wellness.
Yeah, and I think Nick Cannon announced that he was gonna finish the film. Because obviously, like,
I mean that's dope. That's dope.
No, it's cool. He started a movement, man. Like it's like, everyone cared about that guy.
Yeah,
he didn't have any enemies, to be honest.
It didn't look like it. But back to Station 15. Station 15.
Back to Station 15.
Station 15, the new EP that I'm gonna be releasing very shortly, is definitely. Well, basically, what it's going to be about is going to be like the resurrection of my career back into music. Because I took a little hiatus during like while I was going to school and stuff. Yeah. I tried to take the like college route and all that stuff, but I learned that through that, college is kind of like a scam. You know what I mean? Like you go into you go into debt, you acquire all that, and then it takes you away from your loves. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I was more focused on school than music, and it hurt me, you know, to do that. So it's like Station 15 is really like the resurrection of that, me coming back. I don't know if you're familiar with Station 14, which is when Jesus was laid. So basically, when he was laid in his resurrection, that's why I called this Station 15.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like a one-up. Yeah, it's like a one-up from that resurrection of Jesus. Is not a resurrection of Jesus, it's a resurrection of me. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, and then also 15 is my favorite number.
Why?
Yeah, because Vince Carter used to wear it, and I'm a huge basketball fan. So like, yeah.
So you just kept
15, dude.
How long has it been your favorite number then?
Since I could remember playing basketball, I always loved it. Yeah, that was actually, to touch basis on that. That was my first love, basketball. But music was always my love as well. You know, it was kind of like a duality.
I used to skateboard actually, so that was like one of the big things that eye-opened me.
Word?
Know? Yeah.
How many times did you bust your ass?
Ooh, every single time.
I know.
Literally, 99% of the time was like falling.
I know, like it's like injuries or like.
But you love it, you know. Like I used to skate like all day, you know. I used to skate from like.
Skating is sick.
Like
it's sick.
Like daybreak, like dawn, up until like night, you know.
Word.
And I'd be out all day with my friends, and we had a huge group, you know. So it'd be like. We'd go to like the whole city. Like, I mean, we were young. We were like 16, 17. So we'd start off our day, our morning, like early morning, before anybody was at the skate park. We'd be the first ones there. Before anybody woke up, we'd be at the skate park in Union City, skate around Union City, end up going to like Jersey City. From Jersey City, skate around there, go to a different part of Jersey City. From sick. Jersey City, we go to Hoboken. And that'd be all one day.
Damn.
And that'd be like that like almost every single day, man.
Man, being a kid was awesome, wasn't it?
It is, but I would never go back. A lot of people get nostalgia and want to go back to like the good old, quote unquote, the good old days. Like they're just like, oh, when I had no worries or something like that. But the thing is, like you can't think of it that way, because back then, you didn't have any worries, but you also didn't have any freedom to do whatever you wanted, you know?
True. That's a good point.
So it's just like, you have less responsibility, but you have no control over what happens to you.
And I think you're like oblivious to everything. Like,
and that's not okay.
Yeah, that's not okay.
I'd rather be in full control of my life, no matter how much responsibility it's given on me. I would want that because it's my responsibility, not anybody else's.
Right. Like when not even touch me. I was about to say like Bill Clinton. Like, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, no politics.
No politics.
No, politics is iffy, man. Politics gets very passionate. It separates people pretty easy.
Unity, baby, unity.
Honestly. I actually want to ask. I usually tend to ask this to everyone.
Okay.
So when it comes to like success, people like to think of like one goal and then you're successful. But it's usually success is kind of built upon. So it's like little acts every day that build upon success.
Right.
So what do you do every day that's going to help you reach success?
I write rhymes every day. Every single day. I also plan out like in my mind. Yeah. I just think about where I want to be in 10 years, 5 years, every single day. And it just motivates me every day. Like even when I'm going to that corporate job that I hate, it's just like, nah, bro, you're not gonna be here for long. You know, and I feel like a lot of people should start doing that. Like they shouldn't forget their roots or like what they love. Yeah. You know, I feel like it's easy for you to just fall into that. So like for me, it's just writing rhymes. Like I'll write over an instrumental. I'll write a few bars here and there. You know, music is kind of like as it comes to you. It's like an emotion. So sometimes I'll write like 2-3 songs a day. You know, sometimes it'll just be like a bar or so. But I always try to write
at least something every day.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think you stated that music's gonna be the main stake of like your career, basically.
Dude, if you like, if we could like look at the notepad, like
it's all bars.
It's all bars.
That's crazy.
I'm like still spinning.
He's ripping the scroll right now. Like it's.
So I just like continue like love like music.
But that'll fuel everything. That's the main source of everything, right?
Of course, because like I mean, think about it this way: music is one of those things that can make you feel any emotion. You can cry to music. You can, be happy to music. You can feel anger from music.
And it's the most influential.
It's the most influential.
Because, naturally, like, even if you don't understand any of the lyrics to any of the song, you just feel it,
You'll bop it. You'll bop to it. You'll dance to it. You'll just feel it. Hispanic music is one of those things where I won't understand anything, but I love it.
But that bachata and
it's
salsa,
like, dude, like why not? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't help but move.
So fire, man. That's like one of my favorites, honestly, Spanish music. Mm-hmm. It's like so interesting because it's so elegant,
Exactly.
Like when, at least the dances is like very elegant. Like it's nice to see people know how to dance salsa. It's nice to see people who know how to dance bachata and stuff.
Right, and I feel like all of that like comes like even in Haitians, like I'm Haitian as well. So like the compa. It's like it kind of has that same like kind of like that hip sway,
and that's it's universal,
Exactly.
So it's like that's easily relatable to everybody. So
right, exactly.
Because you're into a bunch of different creative fields, I understand that it's sometimes hard to keep up with yourself. Mm-hmm. So let's say you have when I started Creator's Block, I legit had a Creator's Block. So it's kind of like, it helped me kind of like, I had to recollect myself. Mm-hmm. How do you get over a Creator's Block when you're stuck?
I stop.
What do you do though? Like what's after that?
I stop and do something normal. It doesn't matter what it is. Like if I'm in the middle of writing a song, and I can't get the thought, I'm just stuck, I'll go play basketball. I'll go, talk to somebody and then come back to it.
What's your go-to?
9 times out of 10, my go-to is, it's typically basketball.
Yeah?
I love playing like sports and stuff like that. Or
get that tension out, energy out.
Or I like hang out with friends or something like that. Something to just get my mind off it. I watch a lot of videos as well. So I'll watch a lot of like vlogs. I'll watch a lot of like
vlogs are fun.
History,
vlogs are interesting.
History stuff. I'm a big history buff, so I love history, dude.
That's interesting.
I feel like that's the dopest thing to know about.
Too.
Yeah,
it's important to know.
Yeah, because you learn the mistakes that other people did, and you'll be like, "Yo, this is exactly what's happening right now." Like,
yeah, and like people get confused because they look at history and they're just like, oh, that would never happen again because this technology exists. It's like, it's not about that. It's about why
it's human nature.
Yeah, it's about why these events led to that person to create something like that, or why these events happened. There's a pattern of emotion. It's not necessarily the technology. Of course, technology is going to change, but there is a pattern of emotion that happens.
Like whether we have like regular guns or like plasma guns, there's still gonna be people killing each other.
Yeah, plasma guns, that'd be crazy, right?
Plasma, like something that shrinks you extra small. Like,
when was the last time you actually had a Creator's Block? Actually,
actually, like a few days ago, I was trying to write this song, and I just like had gotten these beats from this producer. And I was just trying to write it. Every time I read the same line over and over again, I'm like, damn, dude, you don't have anything else to say? And then I just stopped. I just literally stopped, went about my thing, talked to, a couple friends or whatever, hung out. And then when I came back to it, the next day, it was just like flowing, like overflow. So like, yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, sometimes you're able to write like 10 songs in one night. The next maybe you get a one song
it's
every
tough,
2 days.
Man.
It's just about the feel, honestly.
Seriously.
It's the feel and the
the
emotion.
Feel.
Yeah, it's the emotion behind it. Because once you're like, sometimes like you'll get passionate about something, but then there's life that distracts you from it. So then you have to get back into that mode. I feel you got to just center yourself.
Yeah, What do you usually do to center yourself? Is it like the sports and getting your mind off of things?
Sometimes it's just it could be just sitting by myself, sitting, just thinking, sitting with I love nature. So nature is huge. Like I love like going
parks and stuff.
You do like mountains type things, like terrains, like just nice
like
views.
Nature.
Yeah, nice views. Yeah.
I like nice views too.
Until you like find a bear.
Hiking's like my favorite thing to do. I haven't done it enough though.
Yeah.
Yeah, hiking's like fun because hiking is just an adventure. Like that,
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Lastly, I want to end off in So what did
drum roll, please?
Add the special effects drum roll.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to people in your creative field?
Never give up. No, don't listen to what anybody says. You're creative. You make the rules, basically, and just keep going. Don't let people, bring your creativity to a halt. Always just keep flowing. You'll always find people that gravitate towards your dreams as well, and just keep moving. You can't focus on other people. You always got to focus on what you like to do, and that's what I could tell people. Just focus on your dreams. Love yourself.
You have to, man. You do.
You gotta love. Yeah, you gotta love yourself first, and then you'll be able to love other people.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah,
exactly,
for sure.
You have to know yourself first. That's all it is.
That's it. I feel like a lot of people just don't spend time with themselves,
and that's strange because I've always thought of that as a priority for me.
That's just up. I didn't think that at first. For me, it just used to happen. There would be moments where I'd just be by myself and I'd just be like, yo, this is nice. And then I just started making it a priority.
That's what an actual introvert is. Introverts aren't actually shy. It's just kind of like where you get your energy from. And a lot of extroverts, they need energy from people. So if they're around people, they're more hyper.
That's me.
If I'm around people, I love people, but it drains me. Like if I were to do 5 podcasts in a row, like I wouldn't do it.
Wow.
It'd be too much for me.
Damn.
After one podcast, like I love doing these, but it would drain me. It'd make me feel exhausted more than any other physical activity ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
So don't put this guy on the treadmill over 5 podcasts.
No. I so much prefer working out all day, like putting my body into all that stress, than sit down. When I was a banker, I'd sit down for like a good 8 hours, like talking to people.
Right.
I'd come back exhausted, man. Like if I literally like just tore my body apart or something.
Wow.
Knock out all day and then.
See me, I just draw energy. I get more powerful. That's why I'm a performer, though.
Damn, what the fuck?
I love like I'm on stage, I'm like He-Man, or like the Hulk, like.
Oh my God, He-Man, yo.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon. Any last things you want to state before?
Definitely follow me on Instagram at @BrandonPain. Check out my single. It's called Ice Veins. It's everywhere on every platform. It's Ice Brandon Veins. Pain. So BrandonPain. And then it's Ice Veins. You'll definitely find it. Hopefully you enjoy it. And if you do, shout me out, Make sure you comment on my videos. I have a freestyle series that I'm doing actually for the month of April. Yeah.
Send me all those links. I'm gonna link on the description.
I got you. Definitely. I'm gonna send it. I'm actually dropping one tomorrow. By the time you guys listen to this podcast, it's gonna be out already. What's the new one? So the new one is just to this Marvin Gaye song. I forgot what's the name. It's but it's definitely gonna be a dope freestyle. I don't want to give too much of the secrets off. I just want people to just click on it and just enjoy it. Yeah. And then I have another one coming up the following week as well.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah. So look forward to that. Definitely gonna be coming up with a lot of skits and definitely working on that animated series. So the sky's the limit for me.
Exactly, man. Anyways, Brandon,
and I appreciate it. Thank you, Elvis.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Appreciate you for having me.
Thank you guys for listening to the Creators Block podcast. Look out for Brandon Follow him on every platform. The real Brandon, Pain?
Yeah. The real Brandon Pain.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
My ears, yo.
Yeah.
That was dope, yo.
Yo, that was sick. That was sick.
Oh,
I
shit,
think. Nah, you good, bro. I think we got good chemistry, dude. Back like this.
You can lean back.
All right,
like
cool.
this.
It's like tall people have back problems all the time.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Damn, you're 6'2"?
Yeah, bro.
He doesn't believe me.
My little brother is 6'5".
Damn! Who's your little brother?
Imagine I was like somebody famous. Yeah, he plays for the Knicks.
Ooh, I can hear myself now. Nice.